Aloha!
I'm Katie, and this is my story.
I'm Andrew, and this is our story.
How did this begin, Andrew?
I first met Katie 4 years ago.
And he was so cute.
We were both youth leaders at our church's youth group.
And that's how we met.
And in the process of that summer, I ended up asking her out.
Andrew came over, and we went on a picnic to Seven Falls, and we hiked up.
And we went on this lovely little picnic date, and it was wonderful. There was vibe.
And then we didn't see each other for a very long time.
And it was I thought too good to be true, or too good for me.
And then, fast forward 4 years.
We just kept missing each other until finally.
St. Patrick's Day is when we met again at Jack Quinn's.
Buddy Joe gives me a call, and he's like, come on out, it's St. Patrick's Day, meet me at Jack Quinn.
I was planning on going out, and I was waiting in my car for my friends to show up, and they were late, and I was tired. It was late on a Monday night. And
the entire town of Sorrow Springs was there, but Joe.
I called my friend Lara and told her that I was going to go home, and she said, no, wait.
And so I was getting ready to give up, getting ready to go home. He's like, no, stay out, I'm coming back.
So I turned back around and reparked and waited a few more minutes, and then I walked into Jack Quinn's, and there Andrew was, standing by himself, looking adorable. Bam,
right through the door, there she was.
So we talked for a little while, and I accused him of not remembering my name, but he did.
Then she pinched me like 45 times because I wasn't wearing a green enough shirt, you know, and, but, you know, hey, I didn't mind so much.
So all of you that know Andrew know that Andrew does things big. So our first date, Andrew took me to Boston.
I had just gotten back from being gone for like 3 weeks on business. We started hanging out like every night, and I was like, man, I don't want to go to Boston, even though I really wanted to go to Boston. My buddies were throwing this film festival, and I wanted to go and check it out, but I didn't want to because I was having so much fun with Katie. So I was like, Katie, you got to come with me to Boston.
I thought this guy was a little crazy for asking me to go to Boston. It's a pretty big deal to go on a big trip with someone you barely know, but I decided to take my chances.
Well, I finally talked her into going to Boston with me. It was a great time. We went all over the place, and I guess there was a film festival going on or something. I don't know. I just remember hanging out with Katie and having just a fabulous time.
We checked out Boston College, a possible place to go to school, and we saw the Boston tourist sites and just a few of the shows. And it was a lot of fun. I fell in love with Andrew.
And that was really kind of our first date.
After Boston, I went to Myrtle Beach for a family reunion, and I couldn't live without Andrew, so I decided I would fly him out to be with me.
A little intimidating, kind of a second date, meeting the whole family.
So I flew Andrew out to Myrtle Beach.
But it was awesome. I just loved her family, and just fell more and more in love with her on the trip.
He was such a sport. He went surfing with me for the first time in Myrtle Beach.
And I had an incident.
And Andrew busted his lip.
But I'm gonna be all right, you know, it's just a scar. I'm gonna be cool, you know, it'll heal.
So Andrew and I had a big problem.
More of a situation, really.
We both had different life paths that we were going to go on. I was either going to go to Boston or Hawaii and go to grad school for my master's in social work, and Andrew wanted to go to LA or New York.
Pursue life in the fast lane, big shot TV producer guy.
So we had to decide what we were going to do, and we discussed it and discussed it and discussed it, and
so we ended up going to Hawaii.
So a year after we met, we were living in Hawaii, and it was St. Patrick's Day, and Andrew had a big surprise for me. I didn't know anything about it. Everyone thought I did, but I really, truly didn't.
It was St. Patrick's Day. It was a Wednesday night. Katie was expecting me to pick her up from work, but instead, a stretch white limo pulls up, and she's out there waiting, where am I, where am I? And her boss is like, where's your ride? And a limo pulls up, and he's like, oh, there it is. And she's like, yeah, right. But you know what? It was her ride. The limo driver pulled up, presented her with an envelope. She opens it up, rose petals fall out, and there's a video in there that kind of gives like a sequence of our life together up to this point. The limo takes her, whisks her away as she's watching the video, drops her off at the beach right behind me here.
And told me to go find Andrew. So I walked on the path by the beach and found Andrew with music playing and rose petals spread across the ground, and a little picnic set up for us.
And I grabbed her hand, we shared a dance.
So we danced to a song, and then Andrew got down on one knee and proposed to me. And I said yes.
So I presented her with the rock. She screamed, and I was like, I guess that's a yes. But it was a yes. She said yes.
After we celebrated there for a while, we went to the block party in Waikiki for St. Patrick's Day and danced in the streets.
She made me the happiest man in the world, and we danced and we sang.
So that's my story of how we got to this wonderful day, our wedding day, the beginning of Andrew and my great adventure of life together.